He's been a storm on Twitter. He's also been in the eye of many storms. This morning, finally, he said, I give up. Rishi Kapoor is joining us. None of us who've been tracking you very closely would ever want you to give up. Sir, explain what happened. Why did you leave a point of frustration where you decided that you just didn't want to be on social media?
Well, thank you for having me over. No, that's a long story. But to cut the story short, it so happens that, there comes a time when, you take the responsibility of tweeting. And this is a very responsible thing that you have in your hand, a tool that you have right now which you message. But I principally think that this is basically a fun thing. It should be fun. It should be taken in the right spirit. Unfortunately, most of us don't have a sense of humor. We really take things really very literally at times, or we take it to heart and we feel very bad about it. I understand sometimes, you could err, you could go wrong, because understandably you have to say your thoughts in 140 characters. Now that becomes sometimes very difficult. So I guess I said something which I didn't really mean in that. I meant to actually pertain, which I could not in those 140 characters, and I again clarified myself, this was not true. And then there was suddenly a barrage of, people who just went haywire and used that kind of language, that kind of filthy language that, probably we never even dared in our times to hear. So I thought...
Give me a moment, let me pull out the one post that you're talking about, which got you into this trouble, because you've been looking at what's been happening with the Salman Khan case, Bollywood's response to it. In the context of what singer Abhijit had said, Rishi Kapoor tweeted, and now I'm going to quote what he's saying, sorry to say, but only wannabe chamchas of Salman siding him with ridiculous arguments. Hum bhi well-wishers hain, but give logical explanations. I think what you said is the most reasonable thing to say. Why are you even having to clarify what you said, sir?
Yes, I should have actually pertained that to what the gentleman said about, the poor people sleeping on the roads and calling them dogs and all that, which was absolute, utter nonsense. It was very insensitive of that gentleman. And the second was that the other gentleman said that he couldn't care less about the law. He said, I don't care about the law. So I don't think that's the right attitude. Even if you are role models in your own way. I'm sorry if I erred by saying that I don't know these people. I did know Abhijit, but I'm sorry I didn't know who the other gentleman was. But then I just couldn't take it when he said that I don't care about the law. No, you just don't say that on national TV, that you don't care about the law. That's not really very, it's not the right thing to actually say. So I should have actually said about those two that,
so we had Abhijit on our show, sir, and he said that I would have slapped those people who were sleeping on the pavement because they were sleeping on the pavement. Designer Farah.
See, Rahul, now you're again, like I said, you're digressing. That's not my concern.
Sir.
That is not the topic. My topic is that you don't call a poor man saying that tumhare baap ki jagir nahi hai, or whatever words he used, and you don't call them dogs. You don't say that. So that is actually, but I guess, he must have said in the spur of the moment, he really literally must have not meant it. But then it was got into a tweet and then we reacted. This is what the Twitter is doing. You react instantaneously. I'm sure Abhijit didn't mean it. He didn't want to say that. As I'm sure also Ejaz also didn't really mean it. But then it happened. We all reacted on the spur. And now it's ballooning into this huge thing. So
is it because of anonymity,
and then you realize
is it because people are posting from anonymous handles?
Whosoever,
their real name is not known, their identity is not known. That gives them the license to do what they want.
I imagine that. Someone told me that. Yes, I don't understand. There is one person who's sending me about 20-25 tweets together. They come together with a similar content. And I don't know how they do it, but it's got the similar content with different names, but it's got the same content. So it's a little difficult for me to block them, but I have blocked all of them.
Okay, you first said that you've given up on Twitter,
on my Twitter,
and then later in the day, you said that, thought about it, too much negativity, abusive language, disregard for seniors, will retire from Twitter because it's only given me grief. Then you came back 4 hours later and said, welcome,
yes,
I'm back. Welcome reprieve for Salman.
Yes, I'm back.
How do you come back?
That was
a quick comeback, sir.
Well, I had a huge tweets about my not leaving Twitter and wanting me to be on it, and telling me these kind of trolls are there and these kind of negative people and these kind of whatever, they're all there and we have to take them with a pinch of salt or whatever. I didn't take it up really very well, so I'm learning a lesson. I'm quite new to it, and I like to tweet. I like to treat this as a fun thing. I like people to laugh, It's like a stress buster. I treat it as a stress buster, and I want that to be the same with you guys. And then people take it very personally, and we Indians take it very personally. We start immediately abusing. I don't know why. We get very agitated. We get very aggressive. We start abusing all of a sudden. So it's one of those things that is not doing very well with me. So I'm blocking all of them.
Oh, good.
I need
so you've got a block gun now, like a Sten gun. You've got a block gun going at all the trolls that are coming after you.
Yes, absolutely. You hit the nail on its head. The block gun is with me, and I go whack, whack, whack with that. Yeah.
Final question, sir. Lots of people have been watching responses on Twitter. Yours, of course, was the exception. But they've been saying that Bollywood stars are seeming insensitive. That the kind of comments that have been made, it almost seems as if Bollywood cares more about Salman Khan than about the victim. That Salman somehow becomes the victim, and that the real victims are forgotten. Do you think Bollywood in general has come across as being insensitive on social media and off it in the manner in which they're responding to the verdict that's come out, sir?
I'm not too sure about this answer, but it depends on the individual. Each one is reacting very differently. We are happy because he's part of my family in the sense हमारी बिरादरी का आदमी है, that he's got reprieve and he's very well there. Well, I guess I don't want to comment on what the court has said or done, but the fact remains that the gentleman Salman has a huge following. He's got a huge following, and obviously his fans will rejoice that their hero is not in problem, and rightly so. It's their right. Salman is their role model, and so be it, and we are happy for the situation right now.
Okay, I'm going to leave it over there. Rishi Kapoor, I must say that we are glad that you're staying on in Twitter, not carrying out your threat to exit the medium, and I hope that you keep the trolls at bay. Don't bother, don't respond to what they're saying. Hang in there, sir.
No, just the last ending words, I would say that be a little responsible towards it. Try and use it in the right way. It's okay, you try and but you don't use such abusive language because you don't know who all are reading it and who all are going to see it. So my request is that in harmony, let's behave like a family. Let's behave. It's these youngsters who wrote really understanding, and they got really very agitated, and they probably took out their anger with me. Understandable. I accept that. Understandable. I'm sorry, did not mean to say that. You probably misunderstood it, and I guess I don't want these kind of occasions where I have to come on screen and Rahul Kamal is going to ask me, okay, why did you have to leave? I don't want to leave. I want to be there. I want to be part of you. I want to be part of the fun.
We want that you stay and you continue to be part of the conversation. Rishi Kapoor, for joining us on the newsroom this evening, thank you so much. It's always a pleasure having you on our broadcast, sir. Thank you.
Cheers.